stirring the coffee with, using the only true way to the taste of your coffee at the Let's get started. But first, coffee. Nice. Nice. I got a bag of coffee from a new roastery that just opened up not too long ago near the salon where I work. Very nice. Very nice. Single origin. He roasts 3 days a week. I'm trying to get this profile. Hold on a second. He calls it a stout, which is a deeper, silkier type of roast. I made it in the French press, steeped it for 5 minutes. I will be back for this. It's very good. Let's get started. I'm wearing the Cult Leader glasses today. I'm shopping for new glasses. And had an eye exam with maybe one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, which was kind of distracting. I'm not used to eye doctors being as beautiful as this woman was. And it was unsettling, to say the least. Anyways, so I got a new prescription, and I have to unload all the glasses that I have. And I'm going with a new type of progressive lens, which means that these are going to have to go, and all the other former glasses are going to have to go, as my eyes have changed, and I haven't had an eye exam in about 3 years. And I think they were changing about once a year, every 18 months or so, new prescription. But I think they've slowed down. This is what I've heard said. You might have heard different. When you hit 55 years old, your eyes are not going to change much after that. The glasses prescription that you get when you're 55 is pretty much going to be the one that you're going to keep. Now, of course, there's exceptions to everything. I'm closer to 60 than I am to 55. And I went for 3 years now with this prescription. So now I'm looking at glasses. I'm probably going to post some pictures of the glasses that I've tried on. I'm not getting the Cult Leader glasses anymore. I've always been a fan of aviators. These have a slight, like a 10% red tint to them, which I really like for cutting hair. And I like a large field of vision. And for cutting hair, the red actually helps with my depth perception if I'm layering someone's hair. So there's a method to the madness when it comes to my glasses. So I'm now shopping for glasses, and I've gone everywhere from the optician to Walmart to a department store, trying on different things. It's interesting to see what's in. I've never been one who has gone for trends in any way. Let's get started. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. If you want a different comic line, as in comic books, you want something different than what you've been reading, try the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman. Probably, I have two favorites. I'm not a DC or Marvel comics guy at all. They lost me probably literally 20 to 30 years ago. I like the Sandman series. Just what I've done is I've gotten the graphic novels, or I've gotten the comics, and then I would get the graphic novel with all the episodes, the series all put together into one book. The artwork is out of this world. The stories are just, if you like sci-fi fantasy, there's none better. And then EC Comics, and they are science fiction and horror comics from over 50 years ago, and they've redone them. They've reprinted them. Artwork is the best. The stories are incredible. Just out of this world. EC Comics has done The Haunt of Fear, true crime stories, all kinds of sci-fi stuff, space travel stuff, really far out stuff, a lot of fantasy stuff. I'm not sure if they did Tales from the Crypt or not. Just great stories. The artwork is out of this world. I really think you're going to love them. I really think so. That was one of the things that I had a comic book collection that I lost when I went through divorce. And one of the things that would help me escape is reading comics. Not when I was married. I didn't need to escape anything, but when I wanted to just relax. And I didn't want to commit myself to a novel or a book, which I have many, and I just wanted a nice 20-minute read, I would read a comic book. And that was kind of a fun thing to do for me. And through my divorce, they somehow disappeared. That was tough. I lost a lot through divorce, but my comics was tough. That was tough. I have to tell you that. That was many years ago. I'm not bitching and moaning about something that just happened. I'm talking about something that happened 15 years ago. So if you want a different comic line than what you may be used to reading, try the Sandman series and try EC Comic Classics. Thank me later. Which one is most debatable? I took a poll. And the options are chemtrails, Nibiru, flat earth, or aliens. Which one is the most debatable? 21% said chemtrails, 11% said Nibiru, 15% said flat earth, 53% said aliens. Interesting, right? Victor Pride's latest podcast that came out yesterday comes out on Thursdays. Always a different perspective. It's basically Q&A. Take a listen. His podcast is on YouTube as well. So I just pretty much listen to it from YouTube. Listen to it and tell me what you think. It's not for everybody, I know that. But I don't live in an echo chamber. In other words, I am personally, I am a conservative leaning person. I'm a Christian person, which all of a sudden, with some people, that sets up flags, red flags. The wrong people anyways. I vote my values. I have the values of your grandfather. But what I don't do is surround myself with all of that and listen to and read all of that. I listen to and read everything. I'm truly the most tolerant man in the world. I don't put up, there's a difference between putting up with bullshit from people and tolerating things. And I hope I can model for you that. I don't tolerate disrespect. That's not something I tolerate. That just gets instantly dealt with right away. But as far as living in an echo chamber, surrounding myself with people that believe exactly what I believe, that read exactly what I believe, that watch exactly what I watch, if they can handle me, and I'm no different in real life than I am with you right here, those of you that have come and gotten your hair cut at the salon where I work, this is what you encounter. What you see here is what you encounter. Of course, usually with the soundtrack of either Sinatra, Led Zeppelin, Allman Brothers, or Bach. But I don't, the echo chamber of surrounding yourself, building a wall around yourself with only with people who believe what you believe. Believe it or not, I have acquaintances that are that practice dark arts. Are they close friends? No. Do I practice dark arts? No, not at all. As far as the darker things in life. Do we have something in common? Yes, absolutely. Our love for literature, our propensity for beards, carnivore diet, mostly meat diet, keto. I don't check a person's credentials before I welcome them into my circle. If they're self-destructive and stupid, yes, of course. I'm not foolish in that way, because you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with, or the average of the 5 content creators that you watch the most on YouTube or podcasts that you listen to. That's why it's important to surround yourself with good people. But in this day and age of division, political division, it's stupid. In the United States, it's so stupid. So stupid. Bad things are going to happen, and it's not going to come from conservative people. Take my word for it. So, as far as Victor Pride offering a different perspective, do I believe everything he believes? No, I don't believe everything anyone believes. I pick and choose, just like you should. It's a nice, balanced life. Like the meme on Facebook says, I talked politics on Facebook and saved a lot of money on Christmas presents this year. I don't do that. I'm a strong, creative, independent, playful, compassionate to everybody, and above all, kind woman, because kindness is king. But if you voted for Trump, you're a hater or a fascist. That's my impression of Bumble and Tinder. Long-distance relationships, are you a fan? I took a poll. 20% said yes, 41% said no, 11% said what's a relationship, 28% said hell no. Every now and then you got to throw a hell no in there. So it looks like, let's see, 69. All right, it came down to 80-20. Interesting. 80-20. 20% said yes. 80% said no. And I noticed that one woman, for those of you that don't know, this is my Twitter feed, and we talk about things. I don't provide answers, I provide questions. You provide the answers. One of my female followers says this: we are in the same state for 6 months a year. It is the best relationship I have ever had. Interesting, right? Relationship fasting. So when they do see each other, they really do appreciate each other. There's something to relationship fasting. There's something to it. That was OG Ann. Steve Lechner says, there is an upside. The distance and overhead involved can help move the relationship along quicker, whether that be for coming together or dissolving the relationship. It does seem to accelerate things. One person said, I've had them. They're expensive. Another person says, Josh says, I had one. Getting dicked around long distance is far from enjoyable. Norman says, booty calls are more practical if you're into that. Nico says, easy as hell to spin plates if some are living far away. I guess that plate spinning can go in, that door can swing in both directions too. $80-20. How interesting. Google Hangouts may shut down for consumers in 2020. Google floating something like Google Plus. Oh, not a fan at all. Not a fan. That was their answer to Facebook. Like Facebook was the answer to MySpace. Remember MySpace? So we've been on a run with Facebook for about 10 years. I think it's kind of peaked, I'll be honest with you. I think it has. I used to really like it. I had like 5,000 friends. Now I'm down to like literally close friends and family on my personal page. My business page, that's different. I did a video, and that's posted on Twitter on beard trimming, where I trimmed my big beard last year. Philosophy and timeless life lessons. You want to take a look at that. I call it Beard Trim, Philosophy, and Timeless Life Lessons. Let's read some viewer mail real quick. I try to keep people anonymous. If something is confidential, if you're writing me, please put confidential in the title of your email. Otherwise, I could read, and even if you don't put confidential and you don't mind me reading it, I try to keep things less personally identifiable, which I think makes sense. Good day, George. I feel it's good to give credit where credit is due. This is why I'm emailing you. I moved to Redding, California when I was 10 years old in 1978, and it has never felt like home to me. I've been wanting out for 40 years, but was stuck in a hole so deep I was suffocating. Welcome to my early world as well. I enjoy Redding like you enjoy Philly. Yeah, which I don't enjoy Philly, so I like that. I like how you said that. I started watching your videos 6 months ago and something happened to me. I changed. I've been a nice guy my whole life with very few friends, but gals loved me. They just didn't want to be with a nice guy. I read the book No More Mr. Nice Guy, which you recommended, and it helped tremendously. But what really lifted me out of the putrid hole was you telling me to get unstuck, and that there's no excuses, and that I need to just do it. Thanks to your encouraging words, my wife and I will be moving to South Beach, Oregon at the end of next month. We landed a couple management position with a very nice residence as well. I thank you very much for helping me attain better speaking skills. I was a mumbler. And boldness to achieve my goals for 2019. Since I completed my main goal early, I have something else I'd like to achieve, and I can't wait to get started on that adventure, which could very potentially lead me to my first million. Cheers, George. And that's from David. David, you're on the right track. Like Jim Rohn says, something is going to happen that will change your life. Something will flip a switch. Something will make sense. And it's going to make a huge difference in your life. Something I say. When you leverage one little philosophy, one little statement, it might just turn everything on inside of you and create more fire in that furnace. That reminds me of when my hair turned gray, a woman said to me, I really dig your gray hair. Now my hair's turning white. When you first start going, most people go a little silver or gray or a little pewter. And that was my transition. And then the hair basically turned white, and the beard went white right away. And she complimented my gray hair. And she said, it was a really funny phrase. And I don't know if this is from an old song or something. It sounds like an old time saying, where she said, there's snow on the roof, but I bet you there's fire in the furnace. I thought that was funny. It sounds like a Cole Porter song. Somebody find out the origin of that song or that phrase. Snow on the roof, but fire in the furnace. And put the comment down below. I would like to hear the origin of that. That would be cool, if you have the time to do it. Let's see if there's another viewer mail. Isho asks, can you start making shaving videos, please? I can make a shaving video. I probably give the world's best straight razor shave. And I'm not kidding about that. Wilhelm from Germany. Having rewritten the mail a couple times because, well, no matter what, people like talking about themselves the most, but this is a life of a friend is always more precious than the ego of thyself. So know me. Okay. A dire situation has come up. A very good friend of mine saved me from dying at the zenith of depression. Has lost his job, place to stay, and money except pocket change. My advice to him was to join a 24/7 gym for shower access and offer remaining money I have left. I fear that this won't be sufficient, so my desperate idea was to ask you for advice. I don't expect any reply. My strategy now is to use the power of stoic mindset. Get healthy as humanly fast as possible, to sustain the load of helping others and do it hopefully quick enough to hinder him from very, very stupid ideas. His health is even more fucked than mine, and I fear him committing suicide. Your words are helping me a lot to address the state of my life and health. Thank you, George. Sorry for the probably annoying email. Greetings from Germany. Number one, your email is not annoying. If you take the time to email me, that's not annoying me at all. It's not bothering me. It's my honor first and my pleasure second to read your emails. It's not a burden for me to do that. Anyone can email me, gb@georgebruno.com, male or female. All subscribers are welcome to email me. I can't get to everything right away. I have things that I haven't even opened for a month. How many emails do I have? Oh, Jesus. 12,000 emails. 12,000. That's going to take a week of doing nothing but going through emails. So let's get right to the issue with this. Number one, you need to unstuck yourself as soon as possible, sir. Just like when you're flying in a plane, the oxygen masks drop down. They instruct you to put the mask on yourself before you help others. You need to be healthy first. So this is what I would do. Number one, get yourself in a physical shape. You're not eating like a king right now, but you need to choose wisely what you eat. Keep yourself strong, keep yourself alert, keep yourself nourished. That's important. Drink a lot of water. So let's go with the first things. Your diet, your physical condition, drinking water, and sleep. Super important. How can you sleep when you are worried about things? It's very difficult. Most of the reasons why people can't sleep are in here, not out here. Most people don't lose sleep because they have an uncomfortable bed. Most people lose sleep because of what's in here, what's happening inside your head. So you need to get your sleep. Which leads me to say I'm going to be offering a sleep program. That's one of the things that I'm offering in February, is a sleep program to help you get a great night's sleep. But we're not talking about that now. You need to make yourself healthy first. I understand your care and concern for somebody who helped you, and you're paying it back. And you want to help this person. But I do believe the advice, if you have nowhere to go, join a 24/7 gym. That way you can get your hot showers, take care of yourself, remain somewhat groomed and normal looking. You don't want to come across as a derelict as you're trying to improve your life. How you look when you look in the mirror is super important. It all seems superficial now, but have you ever been sick in bed for 3 or 4 days? And you're just dying to, and like the first day you feel a little bit better, the first thing you want to do is get in the shower, wash your face, comb your hair, and you feel fresher. That's a good piece of advice for this person. Light exercises. At this point, it's not about transforming your body. It's about keeping yourself in shape, mentally, physically, as far as grooming wise, cleanliness, and so forth. That will go a long way. And start strategizing. People who are in situations like this need to have a to-do list for the day. A competency-based to-do list with a little reward at the end. In other words, you go to the gym, you take your hot shower, sit in the sauna, steam, clean up, shave, get a cheap razor and shave, if you're the shaving kind of person. I understand this. And then go to a coffee shop that opens up early in the morning. And if you have a laptop or a smartphone, start working on ways to earn money. Get any job anywhere. Any job anywhere. I don't care if it's in a fast food restaurant. Walk 25% faster than everybody else. Keep your posture up. Make eye contact with people. Smile when you interact with people on this job. Be visibly more hustling. Communicate clear with people on that job. I don't care if it's a minimum wage job. You will go to the top fast. You will start earning money. Start stacking money after doing that. If you're sleeping in your car or somewhere or on someone's sofa, be thankful for that. Be thankful for the mat. Be thankful for the sleeping bag and pillow. And realize your future is bright. And I'm not going to take this any further. I think those things are the first things a man needs to do when he is down and out. The very first things. I know that spoke to a few more people out there. So, Wilhelm, get yourself together so you can help your friend. Some of that advice is good for you. Some of that advice is good for your friend as well. And I'm glad that I could help. I usually don't do Q&A like this, but I'm happy to do so because it sounds somewhat desperate. I was thinking about the people who troll me. Let me give you the traits of trolls. First thing I do is I look, and when someone tries to give me constructive criticism is usually criticism. If the Let me put it this way. If someone says, I want to give you constructive criticism, it's always viewed as criticism, period. If I never hear from somebody, then all of a sudden they blast me in a comment. I go right to their page right away. 100% of the time, they have no content of their own and no subscribers. It's a lot of work. I now have, 117,000 subscribers. That was a lot of work. A lot of work. I lost a lot of people. I gained a lot of people over the past 3 years. I'm coming up on 3 years doing this. Trolls don't have content of their own. Trolls only speak up when they have something negative or critical to say. That's number 2. Trolls feel the need to lash out through projection. Most of the time when people say shitty things in comments and emails, which is about 20%, they're projecting their own. They're revealing what's inside their head and their heart. And that's what I have found after 3 years of doing this every single day. People who are productive and positive don't have time to leave crappy comments and criticize others. You're too busy. An observation about the traits of trolls. And also, too, they're always anonymous. Never a website, never a picture, always some stupid avatar. Those that do have a channel with content, it's usually gaming content, Game Boys. So people get blocked, people get deleted. I actually had a person, there was a person who contacted me yesterday. This one blew my mind. This one completely blew my mind. Are you ready for this? I wasn't going to read this out loud, but I think it deserves some attention. I do. I think this is powerful. I'm not going to say the person's name. George, I want to apologize for my behavior. I followed you a couple years ago when you were doing beard tips, and they were amazing. I tore into you a couple weeks ago on YouTube. I was not in a good place, and I was taking it out on people that I should not have. I want to offer you my sincerest apologies and let you know that I am a fan and I would appreciate your forgiveness. 3 years, and this is the first time that I've ever received anything like this. My response to this person, who will remain nameless: it's all good, my brother. For real. Please stay in touch. His response to that: thank you, George, for your forgiveness. I really do appreciate your wisdom. No offense is bad enough. Now, murder and sexual abuse, I'll chop your damn head off. figuratively speaking, not literally, of course. Everything is forgivable. Nothing is worth holding on to. A person feels it in their heart that they did something wrong. And to me, my opinion is that God spoke to that person somehow, some way, and they asked for forgiveness. And not that my forgiveness releases them, but it was burdening them, it was weighing them down. And the power that you have when you forgive people, a simple, "it's all good, brother," might be enough. Or "it's all good, sister," might be enough to just release that person. When people lash out at me, somehow, some way, leave negative comments and emails and so forth, I realize that's coming from chaos and disorder in their life. And my goal with this channel is to create order. Order in your life. There was a time in my life when I had chaos and disorder. And it wasn't an accident that I got my shit together and have become successful. There's a process. It was intentional. It was not an accident. It was intentional. And I dug myself out of a ditch, a pretty dark place in life, to the point where now I get people out of darkness for a living because I've become so good at it. And it's not just my pleasure to do so. Not only do I receive financial rewards, everything has consequences. I work, I get money for what I do. But it's my honor to do so, not just my pleasure. I'm honored to do it. It's a calling, and I'm good at it. And when you find that sweet spot in your life, no matter what it is, I don't care if you are a blacksmith making straight razors, or knives, or swords, or a bike mechanic, or a barber, or a hairstylist, or you work for Verizon, or you're an auto mechanic, or you sell cars, or you're a contractor, or you have a small business, or you're an internet marketer, whoever you are, a writer, a copywriter, a public speaker, an actor, a voiceover person, an artist, doesn't matter who you are. The same advice, same direction applies to everybody. I can't tell the difference between the billionaire in the hospital bed and the former homeless guy in the hospital bed. When everybody's down, they all have the same ailment, the same complaints. They all need hope. Everybody does. And with that, I'm going to say finish your coffee. Have a great day. It's Friday morning now, and I will see you Monday morning with a few nice little things I'm going to pop out over the weekend. So stay tuned to the channel, because I'll probably put out some other things other than the Daybreak Show. The Daybreak Show will resume on Monday morning. Finish your coffee. And if you liked the letters from the viewers, let me know in the comments down below. That would be important for me to hear. I try different things, and I look for feedback for what works and what doesn't work. I do have a don't give a damn part about me that says, well, I don't care what you think. But then there's a part of me that is responsive to what feeds people, what moves them. That's important. So over the weekend, I will be putting out some other things that are interesting, that are not the Daybreak Show. Some things are funny, some things are satire, some things are just fact-based, like my documentary, People of the Pen, which so many people have seemed to enjoy, which is an absolute surprise to me. I had no idea, honest to God, I had no idea that people would like it. It was something that I liked. And if you liked it, thank you. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it yet, go back, 5, 6, 7 videos and take a look at my documentary. It's an hour long. It's called People of the Pen. I think you will like it. See you soon.